Yo,
Yes.
you get new cutting, you know.
Hey, don't diss the pro, man. Don't diss the pro. What you say, man? Don't diss the pro.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just setting up YouTube. Who we got on today?
I don't even know, actually. You know what? Whoever decides to come. Actually, I thought I was going to try and get this dude, man, but I completely forgot to get back in touch with him today.
Oh, Wayne.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm inundated with so much stuff, man, at the moment.
What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Oh, we're live, aren't we?
We're live. Yeah, of course we're live. I'm just saying, I got like, I don't know, man.
You got too many podcasts going on. That's what you got, man.
It's probably what it is, actually.
How many are you doing now?
You know what? They take... Hold on, let me cut this music a little bit. You know, the podcast... Yeah, that's all about that. Yeah.
You need to send me this music, I'm going to use it again one of my training courses.
I was going to ask you, actually, I got some tracks, I fished out some tracks the other day. I was going to send you some, at least. I don't know how long you got the tracks.
Mate, well, the thing is, I can always loop them. I mean, I try and do my training videos.
They're long, man. They're like whole songs, man, but you can just take videos.
Oh, that's it. Well, the thing is, my training videos, the most 3 minutes. The most 5 minutes. Shortest is like a minute and a half, because no one wants to sit watching a video for an hour. Well, I suppose they do, but they want to be able to pause and come back to it. So, yeah, anything like that, mate. The thing is, it's good for you, man, because if someone says to me, oh, this tune's heavy, man, where's it from? Yeah, my brother.
Yeah,
that's my brother, man. Yeah, wait, well, you can buy that in royalties and all that things there.
Cause I'm strong.
I had a pen, man. I've lost
strong my enough to follow him. Anyway, talk about how many podcasts I got. We started the football one now, innit? This was always something I wanted to do. So that's but like I said, the thing with the football podcast, that takes a back burner. That's like, I expect other people to promote that, you know what I mean? I don't need to be promoting all the podcasts. My podcast is this podcast. The rest is everybody else's podcast.
So what about the editing?
I can do all that though, but actually I don't put that on. That's not really following the same path as this. So this doesn't go as a podcast. Actually, that's more like another thing to go into the podcast, Blackopolypse podcast media group. But it's not like I don't do any write-ups, not too big write-ups. And I don't put it onto the into the RSS feed, so you can only watch it on YouTube. Basically, that's exclusive for YouTube. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, we need to chat anyway.
I know, yeah. Next week we're gonna go on. We've got this female coming on, and she's gonna talk to us, and we're gonna talk to her, and then we'll also do that as like a business meeting. You know what I mean? A business meeting.
Hey, like Mr. Burns, man.
Yeah.
I thought Sports Kells was coming on.
Who?
Sports Kells.
Yeah, she's gonna come on. But wait, I'm just trying to figure. She said 3 o'clock. That's the thing. With her, I don't know if she means 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Cause I don't know what time it is over there. I don't know when they change the clocks. I don't know what it used to be 4, but I think the clock's gone back, so it might be 3 now. I don't know. I'm hoping.
Yeah. So, any topics for today, man?
Actually, I did write some stuff. I've got to get off my chest. Wait. Before
go get off your chest.
Yeah.
Oh no. Should I sit back?
Yeah. Well, one of the things was, I realized today, I realized that I've been working a normal job for 22 years, man. I've been working for 22 years, and maybe not compared to you, that's probably like nothing. But me, I've really been working since I left school. Since I was 16, I left school and went straight into my first job like 2-3 months later. And I've been working ever since. Ridiculous. 22 years, man. With the occasional, like, couple of months break.
And what is it about the 22 years that you can't believe or makes you kind of shake your head in disbelief? Is it the time that's passed?
Time that's passed. Not only that, but also that I don't feel like, okay, if you look at the big picture, I'm further than I was back then when I started working, but in all reality, I'm still only 2 or 3 wages from being
man
in the mess.
Join the 95% of the population then.
I never take a drink.
Nah, I suppose I hear what you're saying. The thing is, though, if you think about it, you know, you were sold a pup when you were growing up, which was leave, get good qualification, get job, work there till you're 65, then you can retire and have fun. What they didn't say is leave, get a job, throw 70% of your wages into
rent,
investments.
Oh, you mean
and then when you get to 35, then retire. If they told you that, not everyone would listen, but some would, and they'd be like sat back there going, "Why coronavirus? Ain't bothering me, man. I got my money, I got my pee, man." And yeah, we sold a pup. We sold a pup.
Saying that, like, even that, like, I think to myself, 22 years, I haven't made no serious money. Let's be honest. I mean, if you calculate all I've made over 22 years, it's probably tallied on a couple of $100,000. But I haven't really made any serious money. You know, I'm like, hold on a minute. What's this? And I'm going to work another 22 years. It's still, in 22 years from now, I'll be almost heading for retirement. Or I'll be 60. 22 years from now, I'll be 60. And I'll be probably looking and thinking, I've been working for 44 years. I'm still broke.
You know, I suppose the thing is, the thing about that though is you can change that trajectory.
Yeah.
You can, if you choose to, put things in place which theoretically, if you can get enough of it out, sell enough of it, could change that altogether. But like I say, everyone sold a pup. People don't kind of get the world until they're older. You know, if you knew 15, 16, listen, you set up a business, you're going to buy stock at this price, you're going to sell it at this price. If someone had took you under their wing and said, yo, Wayne, when eBay come on and says, well, I want to teach you this eBay thing, you know, you'd have been like, well, auctions, whatever. But if you think a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from then, you could have been sat on £1 million turnover business.
Yeah.
You know, look at someone like Sam Day. He's 27. So he's 10 years younger than you.
Yeah.
But look at his trajectory. Look at what he's done, and this is the thing. Yes, you can look at now and say, "Well, boy, I ain't made anything. Got 2 lovely children. You live in a foreign country. You can speak a foreign language. You know, there's a lot of people who can't even speak French and say hello in French. Never mind speak German fluently. So, if someone was to say to you, 16-year-old Wayne, right, Wayne, I will give you £100,000 now, or I'm going to make sure that you can speak German. You just took the £100,000 then. Well, how much more valuable is German to you now and in the future? If you think about it,
there's actually things ticking over at the moment. Things seem to be rolling a bit, like without me kind of quite unexpectedly. Actually, we've got like 3 English pupils now, students. We have 3 students now. All of a sudden, we just got 3 students. And
but you're teaching English.
Wow. Me and my wife at the moment, but I'm obviously going to be taking over. And it's kind of put me into a mold where I'm like, hold on a minute, if I can get 10 students, then I could probably already say, oh, I don't have to work 5 days a week anymore. I can work 4 days a week because now I've got 10 students.
But okay, and great idea, but then if you think about what you said 10 minutes ago, it was about the money. It wasn't about the time. Yeah. So let's reverse that and let's say, okay, you get 10 students and you double your monthly salary, which means that you can put down an extra 50% in savings, which means your future self is now going to be is going to be X richer because of what you put. Man, you're still young. You could do a year of that, 2 years of that at maximum capacity, bring it in as much as you can, and then use that capital to put it into something which is going to keep turning over, which could be a property, it could be a business, it could be, but you know, the vehicle that people that forget they can use is a job. You know, if you've got a job, that's a vehicle for you to be able to create that side hustle, to create that extra income. Yeah. You know what I mean? The thing is, again, 10 students might allow you to get someone to record your course, which makes it online. If it goes online, it means that those students now can do it without you being there, which means that you can, it's not just 10 students, it could be 50 students.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, that's what you got, while you're working, mate, put the money down to grow the side hustle to make sure that, right, I'm going to make this grow and this is how I'm going to make it grow. But no, man, your life's been rich and varied, brother. You've gone all over the world.
I'm trying to look into perspective. I'm trying to think of someone who's probably in my position now. And like, I know a lot of people in England, they're in my position. They're probably working for 22 years and they haven't really achieved nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good having a job.
This is what I'm saying. Money, if money was the achievement,
the barometer,
then, mate, that means that we've all got very boring lives. You've just got to if you look at the experiences that you've had as a person, as a Afro-Caribbean, British-born person who, will base it on the way the world was. It was a rough world if you was a man of colour. Did you ever see yourself when you were 13 and someone was reminding you what colour you was? That you'd be in all these different countries, meeting all these different cultures, speaking to all these different people. No, you didn't. So that in itself, mate, that's richness. That is richness in itself, man. You can't even quantify that in money.
Wow. I still got health, man. Actually, I woke up the other day with a chest pain, man. I was sweating, man. I was like, oh my God, this is it, man. My turn.
That's it.
I'm next.
The thing is, man, if you could be a millionaire now, what would change if you had £1 million right now? What's the one thing that you would change?
I'd be not here in a cold country. I'd be living in a hot country, and that's all.
On the quarantine in a hot country, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
what? That's the only thing missing out. That's the only thing I want left. That's the only thing I strive for. It's the only reason I keep waking up every morning. Yeah, it's because I want to move to a country where it's warm.
The thing is, mate, you could do that, but you've got to decide. You do it. You could do it. No. That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with you teaching English in another country where they pay you enough so that you can live the same lifestyle?
That's true, man.
You know what I mean? It's not beyond the realms, man. But yeah, man, 22. Yeah, okay, you're not a millionaire. You know something? You've done a million more things than others. So for me,
a millionaire.
Million more things, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You're a millionaire of life because you've experienced rich and varied experiences from right across the world. So, but I hear you, man. You know what I mean? You're at that age where you do. I remember when I was like late 30s thinking, why? Bloody hell, I should have 50 houses now and I should be doing this and blah. And every time I thought about it, all I could think about is that stress, man.
It is stress.
People, lawyers, accountants, everyone's sucking money out of me and me making 10% or whatever. And I thought, you know something? I'm all right, man. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, mate. The way that the world works is we all think it's about a certain amount of money. It's just about a certain amount of income. If you settle on, right, I want $3,000 a month, every month, profit. Well, all you got to then decide is, okay, how am I going to get it? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to set up a website selling high-end surround sound systems. So we're like £800 upwards. Anytime I sell, I make at least 200 quid. I'm going to focus on selling 15 of those a month. That's my target. Boom, there's a target. There's $3,000.
There might be something, some solidity in that, where you sell high-end products as opposed to cheap products.
Oh, mate, absolutely. The thing is, you speak to 100 people and pitch them £1,000, one of them will say yes. You speak to 100 people and pitch £100, chances are one of them will say yes. So you might as well pitch the big, pitch big or go home, as they say. Yeah. But it's got to be the right thing. So, for example, what's stopping you from saying, something, I'm going to do concierge service for the stars. Anyone who comes to Germany now, who comes to not Berlin, Hahn or Mainz or any of them places, I'm going to make sure they've got a nice hotel, make sure they've got some entertainment, make sure the clubs. You could do that. What's stopping you? There's nothing stopping you. All you've got to do is set up the bloody business. This is what I'm doing. Contact all the agents, contact all the football clubs by email. So, yeah, I've got a concierge service. Any of your players coming to Germany, let me know. We'll make sure they're properly looked after, 5-star service. Speak to your suppliers, your chauffeur, your limousine companies, your hotels. Find out who's going to do you the best. Listen, man, we get your stars coming here. You've got to make sure everything's pristine. We want fresh berries, freshness. You got yourself a business there. Yeah, obviously there's a bit more detail that's got to go into it. But on the face of it, what's the difference between me saying to you, Wayne, I'm coming to Germany, and then you saying, yeah, man, let me show you the sites.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Difference is you're charging them £1,000 or £2,000 or £3,000, having a good weekend at the same time while they're there and getting paid for organising. But there's a business and people do it. If you type in concierge now, I bet you've typed in concierge in Germany. I guarantee you'll find about 100 companies doing that. You'll be like,
Actually, I'm going to test it.
Test it out, man.
I can't even spell the word, man. I can spell all these different
CONCIERGE.
I can spell all these languages, man, but I can't spell concierge, man.
I
got the German. Not the German, I got the flipping.
In Germany. Oh, Laverne's asking what's the podcast about. Does you want to come on? I found 21 million results.
But yeah, concierge. It's okay. Let's say Frankfurt.
Loads. Berlin concierge service, Frankfurt concierge.
So if you're listening to this, guys, this is a business idea for you free of charge. Concierge service expats, Frankfurt. This is a company offering concierge services in Frankfurt. Let's see. Wait, I can add my own. There's only one company in Frankfurt offering concierge service at the moment.
So I'll just tell her a free signing if she wants. She can jump on if she wants.
So yeah. I mean that's expats. So maybe if we look somewhere
else. I've got quintessentially. There's Shopaholic. There's mygermany.com. There's myexpat.com. myoneconcierge.com. comfortconcierge.com.
I'd do it for the Saudi Arabian princes. I would, man. I'll concierge for them geezers. They got enough cash, man. They were like 5,000 euros. Yes, okay, that's nothing. That's cheap. I'm like, that's cheap. Yeah. Okay, they're 10,000, and they'll be like, yes.
So I've just invited the Vernon to see if she wants to come on because she's missing us, man.
Yeah. And the second thing I was going to talk about, I was annoyed about, just quickly, we'll go back to that in a minute. What we was talking about was remember Britney Spears' song, "My Loneliness Is Killing Me." I was thinking about it today. I was thinking that song was a pedophile dream song, man. Think about it. This girl's thinking about all this stuff, and she's dressed in a school uniform. Dude, what kind of madness is that? Think about it. Think about it properly.
Okay, right. So what was the words? I know the. Give me the sign.
One more time. One more time. Hit me, baby. One more time. That was the worst bit. Hit me, baby. One more time.
I thought it was kiss me.
Was it hit me? Isn't it hit me, baby? One more time. My loneliness is killing me. I must confess. I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Hit me, baby. I guess people are gonna say, yeah, she meant call me one more time. Dude, we know what kind of dark elements are writing these songs, innit? So she's dressed in a school uniform with a top open, singing this, encouraging youth.
Right. So that song was out 17 years ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Different world, man. I'm not excusing what I'm saying, a different world. She came out with that now. The thing is, what's funny, right? You raised a good point here. People who would call that out at Christmas when they get drunk after lockdown's over, they're like, hey, that'll come on in the club and they'll have a good old boogie to it and probably shout out the words. Yeah. And they say, well, that song's the wrong song because she's talking about pedophile. You know what I mean? It was a sign of the times. The thing is, if you look at TV, if you look at what you see now anyway, it is all looks and it's designed to be visually stimulating. That's the word, isn't it? Visually stimulating. So, yeah, I ain't got time to jump on them old bandwagons there now. It's like Greg Clark, the FA chairman. Have you heard about it? Been on the news? No. He's had to resign.
What's he doing?
Because he did an interview and he used the word coloured. He said that he had a female referee who said to him that some of the younger girls don't want the ball kicked at them. And There's something else. He said something else, and I looked at the TV and I was like, but the man's 70 odd. Look at him. You know, this is his language.
That's his
know,
era, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, I'm not offended by the word coloured. I mean, are you offended by the word coloured?
Not really, no. I think that's one of the harmless versions of the words, you know.
Yeah, I'm not offended by that word. But people are offended for me. So I suppose I'm like, well, should I be grateful? The guy looked old and fossilized anyway, so he's probably right. He comes out anyway. So pity the way he's come out. I mean, but even the statement about my female friend has told me that some of the younger girls don't want the ball kicked at them. Some boys don't want the ball. I didn't want, on a cold winter's day playing football, the last thing you wanted was the ball to get kicked at you and strike your leg. Oh my God, tears. You know what? Because sometimes you think that the person who did it on purpose, so you'd want to punch them up on the field.
Yeah, I bet you did.
No, man, I never did it on purpose. I wasn't like that. But when someone did it to you, you're like, you know what I mean? Well, I just think, what kind of a world are we in now? It's like these people, they've literally got to. You've almost got to have a dictionary to understand how to address everything in this day and age. Banter. It will be something which is like almost frowned upon in the future. Yeah. I can say, look at your hair, man. Your hair's tufty, man. Why you could put that comb through that? Someone could be offended. Why are you talking about his hair like that? That's his natural state. You shouldn't be a hairist. You shouldn't be bringing attention to his hair. He's like, I'm bald. You know what I mean? It's like self-depreciation is the funniest kind of jokes. But
actually, some guy said that to me today. He was like, one of the clever. These German people are very clever at it. He was like, so what do you use for your hair? Schwarzkopf, blackhead. The black Schwarzkopf.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, cut that out. I know what you're trying to say.
Send me your address, man, because one of my contacts, she runs a company called Big Nanny's Hair Products.
Yeah.
And she's got this Big Nanny's hair gel, not gel, it's like an oil. It's supposed to be really good, man, for hair growth, make your hair soft.
Moisture butter, where is it? Hold on.
Sheer.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. No, it's pretty good, man. But I would use your friend too, man. Don't worry. I use this. This is good. Jamaican black castor oil, man. Pure butter, lavender. It smells delicious. Good for my hair. And I use sheer pudding. I don't know where it is, pudding. Man. Someone stole it, man. Someone's stealing the stuff in my house, man. I use that stuff for my hair, man. My hair's vibrant, man. It looks kind of dry still, but I like it, man. I don't know. I sort of like, the thing is, I always say this to people. The fact that I live in Germany, I'm allowed to embrace my ethnicity more than if I lived in England. Because I would have in England, especially in Birmingham, a place like this, people would look down on me and say, hey, heads all picky, hey, move up, man. What are you doing with your picky? Go get a haircut. They would say that.
Not picky.
No, I mean, but people would say that, you know what I mean? Like,
I think you're wrong, man, because I think that most certainly me looking out on the world now, when I go around different parts of the UK, I think people are as more flamboyant about who they are than they've ever been.
Yeah, maybe
the amount of afros and that I see and what okay, picky head boy. That's just a bit of joke. It's a bit of banter in it. Yo, picky head boy. You know what I mean? That's just something that you say. It's like, But yeah, the amount of people I've seen now with hair, man, hair's all lopsided and you know what I mean? They just do whatever, and I think it's great.
But don't you think that's something that's had a negative effect, especially on the black female? Because they are obviously more conscious about their hair. That's why they always want to straighten their hair or get these weaves or.
Yeah, I think wigs. That the thing is, right. People choose. If people choose to be affected by what they think others what they should look like, that is why are they trying? Why do they have to feel acceptance? I suppose. Be who you are. Yeah, I know there's going to be situations where someone looks at someone and makes an assumption based on whatever hair they've got or whatever. But be yourself. Just be who you want to be. If you want to straighten your hair, straighten your hair. If you want to wear weave, wear weave. If you want to have it natural, have it natural. If you want to have jerry curls, have jerry curls. Shouldn't really matter. If you think about it, it's only like 20 years ago. If you had tattoos, you couldn't go in the police. Now they say, yeah, man, come in, tattoos, nose piercings, whatever, man, come in. So I think the world and with the cultures and the woke and the anti-discrimination and everything else that's coming out, everything's had to equalise. All these kind of, let me look at them a bit different because they're this. That's kind of becoming less and less because people are getting called out. So, but now, man, I think your hair would go down well in Birmingham, mate.
Yeah, maybe now. I think it's like, I remember growing up.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a lot of scrutiny when you didn't have a haircut. You know what I mean? If you didn't have short back and sides, a fade, you'd be scrutinized.
Yeah, but that was the Victorian school era, wasn't it? Don't get me wrong. There's still schools now where they, for some reason, they'll be extreme. You know what they see as an extreme haircut. I remember when I went to school. Actually, I had my hair was relaxed. So I did a
straight. That's why you got no hair, man.
Like, and I'm sure one of the teachers. I'm sure one of the teachers was like looking at me, man, and trying to work out what you could say to make me feel like I was bad for having my hair looking cool. Yeah. I even had red hair one time. I used to use this stuff called Lex Jam, and I used to put it in my hair, and it turned the front of my hair red. So literally. I put it in, man. It's like a little red tuft.
Really? Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that is crazy, man.
Pasadena, mate. I'm doing fine now.
I think I dyed my hair one time in my life.
So what? Say again?
I only dyed my hair one time in my whole life.
Okay.
To like a honey blonde. That's what it was short.
I'm sure Kevin dyed his hair blonde, you know.
Not blonde, like a honey blonde. It was more like the colour it is now. Well, a bit like the colour it is now. If you look up the light, it's got kind of a shimmer. It was lighter than that, but it was about the same colour.
Mate, you're not in the sunlight now. There ain't no shimmer going on there. No, man, that ain't gonna. Look at this. It's just like night. I'm gonna put my hand in there. It's 3D, man.
His hair's like kind of like a blondie.
I tell you what I did see though.
A touch of blonde.
I tell you what I did see. There's a hand. Something someone's trying to get at. Reaching for the microphone, man.
Help. Yeah, anyway, so going back, so back in the day, I just found a website about this thing, actually, the oversexualization of, obviously, there was a website, Eluxy magazine, and they wrote an article about it in 2016, March. That was quite a time after the song came out.
Saying that's like, again, that was 13 years later. The thing is, attitudes have changed, times have changed, and the change feels rapid. It feels like yesterday I was watching Alf Garnett and go Marigold, whatever, and today I'm feeling offended at that stuff when I see have a little wry smile.
I'll tell you what I caught up the other day. Actually, do you remember Love Thy Neighbor?
Yeah.
Oh my God. These guys were cold, man.
But the thing is, we say they were cold. Those were the times.
Yeah.
It's like it's you can't go back in history and say, "Oh, these people are bad." That's how they were conditioned. Yeah. It's like if in the 16th century, the Pope, the churches had all said, right, everybody of every colour, of every religion is absolutely equal. Anyone who treats them otherwise will be put to death. And that had been ingrained and ordained in their minds. You wouldn't have racism because it would have been conditioned. It would have been, instead of it being, free will to decide whether you like that person of colour, it would have been criminal not to, because the church would have said it. That's what I mean. That's the power of religion and all these things. These people could have equalised everything. If you look at Islam, so I think it's Sudan where you've got the native people, African, black, and then you've got the other like natives who are from Arabian areas, Arabian nations. So you can see, we've got kind of two religions there, and one of the religions, the person in power is from, I think, is Islam, but then everybody else is shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this is the thing. Even within two countries where they're both of the same religion, there's still got to be someone who's better than the other. But if from the beginning they said, right, everyone's the same, no matter what colour, we're not going to have all these different classes of whatever. This is the religion. This is the religion. He's white, he's black, we got to love him. But reality is that didn't happen. Because if you think about the way the world is, the world was built on tribes. Yeah. So I'd have had a tribe of my brothers and sisters and cousins, uncles, father, grandfather, and then there'd been a tribe over the road. And we might have got on, but then again, we might not. And if we didn't get on, we'd go and kill them. Or we run out of, all our women die, our women folk, but we know that, hey, we need to make kids. So we go and steal their kids. I mean, it was all built on tribes. So, it's the way the world is a strange place, man. When you kind of strip it right back and look at how it all starts.
Place, at least, isn't it? We come from a very dark place.
Yeah, man, for real, it has. It is. It's true. It's because, like I say, if at the beginning where they said all colours, man, they felt they had to force their religion on Africa.
Wait there, what are you talking about? Islam?
No, that's Christianity. Sorry,
Christianity. I was gonna say Christianity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but even with Islam, I mean, and this is the thing, because there's different elements of religion, so there's different elements of Christianity, different elements of Islam. They were happy to come into Europe, whatever, and pillage and do whatever they needed to do. If you think about Spain, the Moorish people when they went there in the 11th century, but they wouldn't have always been there. That's what I'm saying. People would have gone to a place and taken over and conquered, and you see what I'm saying? It was all about conquering back in the day. It was all about, yeah, man, we want that land. They got grapes. We want their grapes. We're going there. We're going to take the land and take the grapes. Go and take the land and take the grapes. And this, I think I said to you before during the BLM times when I said, how can these other people, these Spanish people, these Greeks, how can any of them ever be racist when they're a mixture of colour anyway? They're a mixture of other people. They're not true, Scandinavian-looking crystals of whiteness. They're like brothers to us. You know what I mean? In reality, that's how I looked at it. It's all, I remember when Lewis Hamilton got some stick from the Spanish supporters of the other driver, and they're calling him nigger and negro and all these things. And I thought, man, but you guys ain't that much fun. You ain't that much lighter than us, man. How can you go on like that? Oh well, you know what I mean. But still. So, any topics, man? Are you upset about Trump? He's upset, I'm sure you said a couple of weeks ago you wanted to keep him in for another 4 years.
I would have kept him in. I'm not a fan of Trump. Let's get that off the table. I'm definitely not a fan, but I'm not a fan of the status quo, the keeping it as usual, keep it normal, business as usual. Now, I think with Biden coming back in, because look, Biden, Obama, Clinton, not some Bushes. All these guys belong to the same kind of organization. Now, I thought with Trump, he showed a bit of element of, he might be a bit of a lone wolf. So for me, I thought to myself, maybe we should see what he does over the next 4 years. And simply because, based on the fact that he might mess up things just enough that we really like, nah, man. Nah. But right now, it's just been saved now. So everyone's like, oh, good. We got the holy Biden, the white guy again. We got him here. Albeit he's old as hell. And luckily, he's not getting that much rep. At the moment, it's more about his number two. Is Harris, who I think eventually will take over the presidency, to be fair. Albeit through the back door. She will be the first female president. But Biden won't make his 8 years or his 4 years, whatever. I'm pretty sure about that. He's an old guy. He's whatever. So based on that, I think the choice is right to get Trump out, but I would have kept him in because of the how can I put it? He would have benefited everybody else if after the opinion of everybody else would have been so bad of Trump in the next 4 years that would have been like, okay, we can't go back to that. You know what I mean? It's already got bad after 4 years. Look how bad it is. Everyone's like, nah, man.
I think there was elements of Trump which I liked.
That's the
it's for exactly the same reasons that you said, to be fair. I liked the fact that he wasn't a statesman.
Yeah.
I liked the fact that he was spiky. I liked the fact that he would say to other people, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Instead of the kind of, oh, well, let's have a discussion and then we'll have a key inquiry and we'll discuss it over tea and then we'll come to a decision in 3 or 4 years. No, this guy was like, no, this is going to happen. Boom, this is going to happen. And he just did it. There's none of that waffle, that fart, that kind of, oh, let's dance around the flipping mulberry bush for 3 or 4 years while you guys forget what you asked us to do in the first place. I admire him for that. In terms of, did he make more of an impact in terms of in my brain than Obama? I think to a degree he has. Because Obama, as nice as Obama was, he was just that nice. Hey, man, I can talk cool and I'm cool and I can talk cool and I'm going to drop my mic and I'm cool and I'm cool and I'm really cool, man. And when I talk, I got a good voice and I'm cool. But what did you do to stop police brutality? What did you, okay, you brought in Obamacare. You know, America, richest country in the world, they could have done a lot more than that. No. He went to war with all these other countries. For some reason, they always want to pick a fight with Russia. It's like, it's this fixation with the rest of the world rather than their own country. And I think that's what Trump tried to tap into. You know, why are we running around the world sorting out everybody else's problems and our soldiers are dying? And it's like, we got to sort our own shit out. We got homeless, we got this, we got that, and that people bought into that. People actually, do you know? I mean, I don't know how true it is, but more Afro-American people were employed in Trump's time than any other time in American history.
Is that true, man? Or is
that's a stat. It's something I keep seeing bandied around. Do a search. It comes up time and time again. Now the thing is, why is that? Why is it taking this president who apparently hates everybody unless they're his people? You know, why didn't he bring in a policy to make it the reverse of that? But instead, more people, Afro-American people, were in employment than at any other time in history. So was that because they thought, well, we're gonna lose the medical care, we've got to get jobs, we work harder? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So well, Trump, as a man, he wasn't the right person to represent America on the world stage. But I did like his spikiness. Laverne says she can't come on. She's got a head tie and loungewear, whatever the hell that is.
She's probably said what? Loungewear. That's come on, man.
Okay, send me a pic. Put it on live, man.
Yeah. So man, I want for some loungewear. And her head tied, like she's got like these towels on her head.
Stop being bad. So Biden. Oh God, man. I was listening to I think one of our guests, man, and they were euphoric. And I think Laverne kind of put it quite mildly when she said everyone's getting excited over this man here and what's changed.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
What's really changed? It's like, I suppose the way to look at it is, Biden is no angel, Biden is sneaky. Yeah, I don't know. I just think to myself, these guys weren't around when things were bad for black people. This guy was in the Clinton administration, wasn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
And the Clinton administration were the ones who brought in the laws which made sure that more black men were incarcerated.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's almost like the same guys are back in. It's almost like it's gone back into the hands.
But then on one hand, they're sitting there going, oh, yeah, we love people of colour and we bring opportunity. But then you bring in a law which basically wipes out a quarter of black families and then spread the media bullshit that black fathers are absent. Because if you think about it, where did we hear it from the media? Why is it happening? We didn't say, oh, they're absent because they've been locked up for life for having a bag of weed or for doing the shoplifting for the third time. They just said, hey, they're criminals. And that's it, tied with a brush. So Biden, to me, Biden's a fossil. The fossil being kept up by artificial means. Every night, he goes back into his chamber. When in the morning, you get the defib out. And starting back up, just like an old car engine, mate. That's yeah.
Like I wrote a tweet and I said, look, we only voted Biden in to get Trump out. But Biden is still not who we wanted. He's not the best.
I think America have missed the trick, mate. I think I said this to someone the other day. All them young, vibrant, tech savvy, world savvy. There's some amazing people in America. Amazing, highly intelligent. Even Elon Musk, people like that. Man, you're telling me from all of that country, 280 million people or whatever it is, those are the best two options that they've got?
No way, man. No way.
They're the best two options. They should be ashamed of themselves as a country that those are their best two options. I mean, one about Boris Johnson. This is the right side of flipping 60, mate. It's not like he's about to flipping keel over. Even Theresa May's got more colour than them two guys. I mean, she's the grey lady, man. So, yeah, man, I just don't get it. I just think to myself, man, America, man, you're a funny country, man. Sorry, Americans, I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but your country's strange, man. I don't know how two old fossils could run the youngest country in the world, or one of the youngest countries in the world.
I think they are the youngest. Wow. Yeah, I think they are the youngest country. They've got a history around 200 years. That's it. 17 something, 70, whatever, 1886 or 17, something like this. That was the first real official start of America. Okay, if you go back to when the natives were there, the proper people, the real habitants of America,
yeah, exactly.
Even the Africans, the Moors and stuff like this, who were actually there way before, then we could talk about a bit more. Because I do believe, after reading what I've read, that obviously black people were in America before. I think a lot of black people who are there, who were slaves, were actually already in America, and they took a lot of them as slaves and then said, your history is actually like this. Because remember, if you tell someone a lie long enough, they're going to believe it. And that's what's happening.
Bro, they didn't have a history, did they? That's the thing. It's like, you just here, man, you're a slave, you didn't have no history. Those people wouldn't have been told about the past, or, we brought you from a lovely little palatial place in Africa called Ghana, and the trees and the palm trees, and the hospitality was amazing. And, when your parents sold you, we thought you'd give you a better life. They ain't going to say that to them, are they? They're going to say, you're a slave, shut up, asking questions.
What I find it, and another thing that keeps me questioning that is, how come none of the African languages survived? No African languages survived. Now, if you bring over hundreds of thousands of people,
they had to speak English.
Yeah, but they would speak.
Did you not see that film? Did you not see that film where they beat that guy until he gave them his name? He gave him his slave name. His name was Akumba or something. And they kept beating him until in the end he says John. In fact, I don't think he even said John.
I think I remember that. But what I'm saying is, isn't it like... Let me turn my camera's turning around. Some duppy in my house. Isn't it a bit strange that none... Like, you could take... Like, languages. You've even got languages in Wales, for example, in Wales. You've got less people than probably the whole slave people who went to America. And they didn't lose their language. They've still got their language.
Some things would have stayed. So, for example, there were some African people or people of African descent who practiced Judaism. And I think as recently as a couple of years ago, these people still practice this old style Judaism from way back. So, and that's why people say, they're the first Jews, they're the ones who were exiled. The religion, which at the time, if you think about the religion of Africa, it wasn't, oh Lord, all things bright and beautiful. Or it wasn't that, the sun, the moon, whatever. It would have been natural, it would have been the land, it would have been the world, as they saw it. That came across to the Caribbean, but it was then, they're doing magic. They're black magic, voodoo, bad things, evil spirits. None of it's evil. I actually know people who practice the old ways, if that makes sense. And none of it's to do with evil and all that. It's just about respecting the world, respecting nature, respecting your ancestors. But that was perceived by slave, voodoo, magic, black magic, hang them, they're a witch, whatever. So some things did stay. you'll probably find if you was to go into the deepest, darkest recesses of some people's lives, you probably find that there are still certain things that go on. But I think Laverne said she might come on. You know,
Really?
She sent me a picture.
She sent you a picture.
She got big hair, man.
Yeah, wait. Send you a picture. What picture? Send me the picture. Tell us what this. Share it with us, man. To the secrecy.
She shared it with she's got big hair. She's got her loungewear on, man. She's got on her Ann Summers hoodie.
Yeah.
I'll send it you now.
I mean, I do understand that. Like, I'm reading something quickly here. So yeah, I guess like, for example, like, I've got kids who are obviously born in Germany now and they're raised in Germany. It could be because I knew a guy. I remember Link had a case like this. He was born in Germany, had a German mom, moved to America. His mom decided not to teach him German. He just spoke English. And I was like, she didn't teach you no German? Nah. And I can understand that that's probably what happened with the slaves. Quite quickly, they forgot to teach. But I don't know why. Look, think about it like this, though. 100,000 people come from Africa, where, albeit, I don't know, Ghana, Senegal, all these guys speak the same language. They all went to America and decided, okay, we're not going to speak the same language anymore. Or they weren't allowed to speak.
Not all of them would have spoke the same language.
Yeah, but look, they wouldn't all speak the same language, but how would, first of all, the slave masters in America talk to them, communicate? That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that the black people in America were already in America because they already spoke some English. You can't take a French guy from Senegal and not in your English, you don't speak French, and this guy don't speak English.
Yeah, but the thing is, my friend, we'll never know. You'll never have to experience being taken from Germany by force at whatever age. Without realizing that the world is much bigger than what you realized it was. You'll never experience being chained in a ship and taken across the sea and watching people around you die and become sick. You'll never experience getting off that boat at the other end and not understanding what they were saying to you. Trust me, my friend, once they felt that whip a few times, they definitely understood the words move, walk, stand up.
Wouldn't they still communicate with their fellow, or they're not allowed to talk?
No, yeah, the thing is, we'll never know. I imagine they were, but then I would imagine that would have been frowned upon by those people who felt they owned them. So, you know, the reason people stop doing things is fear, isn't it, really? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm doing this DNA thing. I'm going to send off for it because I would like to know which part of Africa my genes are the strongest from. So I just have a random Instagram come through there, because that for me that would be what I'd class as my spiritual home. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do it. And the thing is, mate, you should actually, because it's going to be based on my great grandfather's genes, isn't it?
No, so I was going to say it would be, even if I took it with you, I've got like through my mom, I got some different.
Yeah, but that's still good.
I'm actually American. Oh no, wait there. I'm actually American, man. I'm actually Native American, man. I have a lot to do with Native Americans and stuff.
You?
Yeah. When I went to
you're Navajo. What's that thing flying around? What's that thing flying around your studio, man?
It's a fruit fly, man. Yeah.
Bird. I thought it was a bird. I thought you had a parrot, man. I thought you had a pet parrot, man.
You know, when I went to Thailand, it was the first time anyone ever asked me and said, "Are you Indian?" I was like, "Indian?" It was like, "Yeah, you look like an Indian." I was like, I'm nowhere near Indian, man. I'm Jamaican, of anything. And they were like, nah, man, trust me. If you go to India, people look like you. I was like, so.
Yeah. You know something? I know what you're saying there. Well, think about it. Dad is Jamaican Indian anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, there is going to be that kind of element. And that's the thing, man. Everyone thinks that they're this color or that color. They ain't no color, man. They're just a mixture. If there was to base it on where are your people from, your genes, people quickly realize that ain't no white or black. It's just, I like him or I don't like him. Or I like their hairstyle, I don't like their hairstyle. It hasn't got to be associated with colour. You know what I mean? Just that obviously visually, that's what you see first.
I mean, actually, there's a question about, obviously, we don't have to look far to find out the disintegration of one's language. When you just look at the Irish, they used to speak Gaelic for a long time, and then the English came along, broke up their culture, told them, hey, you got to speak English. and now he's being reintroduced into the curriculum now to learn Gaelic again to get back the old Irish language.
Well, I don't. I mean, the thing is, I suppose it's to me, it's like, what's the point? You know, it's like, well, if you think about it, okay, let's say that you was in Ireland now, and you're just taught how to speak Gaelic. So by definition, what they're doing is they are saying, right, 95% of the world, no, sorry, 70% of the business world speaks English.
Yeah.
50% speaks Chinese, and then 30% speak German, Spanish, French. But we want you to learn Gaelic. So you leave school and you can talk Gaelic. So your limitations then are where you are.
Yeah, but I think they still speak English, but they learn also Gaelic too.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think kids should learn 2 languages. I think from an early age, but you know, I can understand they do it in Wales as well, where they want to retain the mother tongue. You know, it's that nationalistic pride, isn't it? So it's like, you know, I think to myself, it's like, you know, if that's what's important to you, then so be it. But it's nothing that's going to float my boat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it, man. Laverne's asking what time we finish. He knows it finishes at 9.
10 minutes, man. Yeah. Anyway, listen, we've got about 10 minutes left. If we find out what topic is, I just cut it now. No, what's it called? Oh my dude. Oh man, that's my entertainment for the evening sorted, man. No, you know, my wife's already gone to bed, so I'm good to go, man.
You going on your PlayStation?
I'm in a battle, man. I'm on Duolingo. Obviously, Duolingo is the app where you can learn languages.
Yeah.
I'm learning an array of languages at the moment. But one of my 2 favorite languages at the moment, which I'm really invested in, is funnily enough, Japanese again. I did learn Japanese, but I forgot a lot of it because it's hard. Arabic's an interesting language, man. I find at the moment I'm learning like.
So give me some Arabic, man. Give me some examples, man.
I can't say anything.
Come on, man. I want to hear some
Arabic. I'm learning the alphabet at the moment.
Tell me the ABC up to F. Come on.
I can't even do the ABCs at the moment because I have ABCs. It's not like.
Well, give me some Japanese then. Give me some Japanese then.
Ohio. No.
Ohio.
No. No. They say Ohio. No. Gazaimash. No, I can't remember, man. For some reason, my brain's gone blank now. You know, I've had a brain dump.
All it is Arabic.
Arabic is you know, they say like words like Bassam, Haj, you know, and stuff like this have like these real weird phonetics, man. It's almost like it's weird, but it's kind of cool, you know.
They're cool, man. They're cool, man, when they speak, man. You can see them. Listen, man. Lawrence and Arabia, mate.
But give me a couple of weeks. You know, I'm still in my infancy in most of the language. Yeah, because I'm in my infancy.
Mate, why are you trying to learn 3 or 4 at the same time anyway?
Because I have a brain. I realized that I've got a brain that doesn't really function on mono. It doesn't function on mono channel. I need to have a multiple channel, like a multiple inputs of things.
But you can't learn 4 languages at once.
I'm not learning 4 languages at once. I'm learning like 13 languages at once.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, because look, for example, you could spend the next 4 years learning 1 language and be really good at language. I could spend 4 years learning 4 languages and be at a decent level in all of them. Who gets further? Me or you?
Mate, I'm telling you now. 4 languages at the same time. You're having a giraffe.
I don't think so, man. You know, the thing is, it's funny you should say that because most people are like, hey, you're getting confused. I'm not getting confused at all.
It's not about confused, mate. What you got to remember is your brain, you put stuff in when you've got to give it time to absorb.
Yeah,
but
sure.
you've then got to practice. So what I'm saying to you, you've got 4 languages. I've just asked you to speak Arabic and Japanese. You're like,
yeah, well, I'm at the very
you should at the very. Okay, so the other 2. So what other 2 languages are you learning?
The thing is, well, let me just quickly on that. With the Japanese, all I'm learning is the alphabets, because obviously I don't know the alphabets. They're not got alphabets like us. You know, we have alphabet, they have characters.
Mate, if you want to learn a language, if you want to learn Japanese, I'll put you in touch with my friend who lives in Japan, man.
Yeah, not yet though, not yet. I'm not ready, man. I need to get some of this going
But
first.
anyway, in answer to your question, I'd be further forward.
You'd be further forward, but in 4 years, I'd have, let's say, 13 different ways of communicating with 30 different people. You'd only be able to communicate well with one person.
I'd still be further forward. If I learned Chinese and you learnt your 13 languages, I'd still be further forward than you. If I learnt Spanish and you learnt them 13, I'd still be further. You know why? Because I would become proficient, whereas you would still be at the stage of, I've got to make myself understood. And that's why, because one thing you have to do if you're going to do it properly, it's not just about being able to speak it, it's being able to read it as well. And this is what I'm saying. If you got 13 different language books or 13 different bits of text that you're reading and then going, you know what I mean? Mate.
The thing is, okay, I'll tell you what, I'm learning Italian. And I'm getting quite far over in Italian, to be fair.
Give me some Italian then.
Let's see. Io mangia. Io mangia formaggio.
Wait, that's man. You're still in Japan, man. The manga cartoon.
No, io mangia, I eat cheese. Yeah. I eat cheese.
Stop it, man. You're killing me.
Yeah, see? Good.
What? Say that again. Yo manja.
Io mangia. Io mangia formaggio.
You sound like a Brummy. You sound like you're from a New Town Italian, mate.
Yeah, I'm a New Town Italian formaggio. Io parlo italiano.
I can sound more Italian than you.
Io parlo, mi parle italiano. I speak Italian.
What's that mean?
Muito bem. Okay, Portuguese. I speak Italian. That you could cross the languages because they both have the same words.
Oh my giddy aunt, mate.
Come stai, for example. Come stai. How are you?
Well, you see on the next podcast, I want to hear some Japanese, mate, and some Arabic.
Maybe by next week I'll probably be able to do something a bit more. Arabic's going to be a bit more difficult. Arabic is just so far removed from anything I've ever heard before. Japanese got advantage because I already learned some back in the day. Ohayo gozaimasu, by the way, that's it. Ohayo gozaimasu means good morning. But with Arabic that's a different ball game, man, because that's like hush, bazaar. Like, okay, like I'm using parts of my mouth that I've never used before. They're like my main language. I'm also learning like Russian, so goodbye in Russian. Sorry, I
said Russian. You said Russian then.
Yeah, but in German. That's
is that like a mixture of Russian and British?
No, Russian is actually the German word for Russian.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously you got Russian. I'm learning Russian a little bit. It's very difficult. And Greek. Greek, Greek and Russian should say the same alphabet in it to some extent. It's pretty much the same. It's all based on Cyrillic.
Actually,
the Russian language alphabet derives from the Greek alphabet, and the Greek actually, like, you have alpha, beta, omega, and stuff like this. This all comes out, not beta, but this also comes from all the English and all these other languages come from this alphabet. It's pretty crazy, actually.
Anglo-Germanic. It's Germanic, isn't it? So that's why there's a lot of similarities between.
No, Greek is not Anglo-Germanic. I think Greek is close to Latin.
Yeah. It's why France, Spain, Germany, and England, there's similarities between the words, isn't there? Some of the words.
England's a Germanic language. That's close to Dutch, German, Norwegian, Denmark, etc. Romance languages are like French, Spain, Italy, Romanian, and stuff like this. That's all I say. That means, so for example, I've been hitting up a bit of French, but I don't really like French, man. I just don't like this language. But it's very close. So you see how it's close to Portuguese, which I can speak somewhat. So you got Portuguese. Very close to Italian, which is also close to Spanish. So it's almost like I learned Portuguese because I knew it was a bridge language. So I know when it's time to learn Italian, which I'm doing now, I can quickly get Italian and I can quickly get Spanish. So that means I got 3 languages for the price of one, basically, in a short time. And then
You're trying to be like Jose Mourinho, ain't you?
By the time I'm finished, if I stay dedicated, I'll speak way more languages than this guy.
Oh, by the way, there's one thing I've got to say, because obviously we run out of time now, but mate.
What?
My team slapped your team up on Sunday, didn't they?
Oh, wait, did Miss Major come in now just at the end?
Did she come in?
We see we get her up for a couple of seconds.
She's coming up for true.
Yeah, where? Just the door. Hey, Miss, where you at? I think
mate, don't change the subject, you know.
Oh,
we're wallowing in my glory, man.
We just started a podcast, the Blackopolypse football show. If you're interested, it comes on every Sunday. There'll be an international special this weekend.
But yeah, what did you say about Arsenal, man, the other day, man? How come the Burns come on?
I don't know.
You don't see her hair.
I just see her hair, yeah. Why you go at the very end of the show, man? What's wrong with you?
Oh, God.
Hold on. How long have you guys been spying? I didn't even know that this was on.
You didn't know it was on?
No.
You just hear us talking like...
I'm on someone sent me a really grim video on Instagram.
Really?
So
didn't Nigel get that?
You lot are sad. I can't believe you did that to me.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I thought you was coming on. You said you weren't coming on till next week, and then you've appeared, man. So, well, I was just saying to Wayne, man, how my team slapped up his team on Sunday, and he still hasn't said anything back to me, man. He's changed the subject 5 times now, you know. Wayne,
you know what it is?
Get some light on me. I feel like
you know what it is. You know what it is. Like to me, I don't like. I think the guys were talking on the podcast on Sunday, and they were really hurting down and like, oh man. Well, I was like, you know what? I no longer invest any emotion in Arsenal. So even though you guys won, I'm equally as happy for you as I am sad for Arsenal losing, because I don't feel like what happens with them now affects me at all. There was a time when I'd be like,
I used to be the same, man.
Now I'm like, I don't care if they lose, because
you're nonchalant in it. I think that happened to me because of the break in the football and the stop and the lockdown. Football to me was like I'm just glad that Villa are doing all right, but to beat Arsenal and slap them the way we did.
You set up quite well, man. You set up quite well in there. Hey, Levin, man. Looking kind of good there.
I just hear football. I'm like, football, y'all here to talk about football?
No. What are you saying, girl?
I'm good. Hey, how are you?
So how come you come on for the last minute, man? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I was there. You know how long I've been in the waiting room?
Seriously?
Yeah, I was in there from I said to you.
Really?
Yeah, but you said you weren't coming on.
Yeah, that was after when I thought it's only 10 minutes to go, so I might as well not.
Yeah, you put I'll do next
I had
week,
this afro. I was a bit concerned about coming on because, like, you know, I'm kind of lounging.
You know something? That's perfect topic. We was actually speaking about hair and how the world is now at a point where your hair is your hair. You can do what you want with it, whereas back in the day it was very much everyone had to either straighten their hair or have short back and sides. But you just embodied that whole first that mindset of my hair, I can't go on, but now you've realised you're just you. Doesn't matter who I am.
Yeah, do you know what? It was this year that I actually decided that this is my hair and it's part of my body. And to be honest, when I did like a shoot, and the lady that was doing my hair, she was like, do an afro. And I was like, no, I can't do an afro. It's going to look like my hair's not done. She was like, do an afro. And out of all my pictures on Instagram, that's what everybody wants.
Of course.
Everybody wants the afro.
It's so look, I walk around in Germany, everyone loves my hair, man. I was like, oh, yeah, so nice, man.
This is it. You've got nice hair as well, Wayne.
Thanks. You know what it's all about.
Yeah, you have nice. You have good hair. Looks thick.
He's got dad's hair.
I see.
Don't get my mum has good hair too, man. To be fair, I can't just give all my dad the credit because my mum has.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks thick, but it also looks quite like not like soft. Like it doesn't look coarse.
Yeah, it's like a sponge, man.
Well, if you'd have been here earlier, Laverne, when he was showing me his hair, a hand came out and reached for the microphone.
You know my hair. Yeah, my hair looks like. I think sheep are jealous of my hair.
Who's jealous?
Sheep. A bit, especially black sheep. They're jealous of my hair.
You reckon? No, do you know what? You know, we have to own it. Black people do, you know, they do hate on the hair. They do hate on the hair.
Sick of you guys talking about hair, man.
Oh my gosh! How long? When did you get rid of all of yours, Nigel?
That's my time.
Look at all his hair. Look, that's Jerry.
I want to sing you a song.
I've never seen Nigel with hair, actually.
Really?
Maybe when he was little. Maybe when he was young. But I think he was always bald back then too.
Have you got any pictures? Have you got any pictures where, Nigel, when you had hair?
I'll have to dig them out though.
Yeah, I want to see them.
That's crazy, man.
Do you miss it? Do you miss having hair?
Miss having hair, man.
No. I don't miss hair, man. I'm too old to care about hair, man. You know what I mean? Them young white, them yeah, man. They want to look like Drake. I look like me.
I like bald head, man. I think bald head.
You know what I mean? I could wear a red wig. I could wear a green wig. My hair's interchangeable, man.
Can I ask? You know when your hair starts, because it suits you having a bald head anyway. It doesn't look bad. You don't look old. It suits you. But when you actually do go bald, is it a shock for men? Because like obviously men, it's a thing that most men have to face at some point in their life.
It's I suppose you see, it depends on that person's look on society and what they want society to look at them like. So for me, going bald was a joyful occasion. In fact, it was joyful for my friends because they used to run me and call me Phil Collins. So we'd always be laughing about my hairline receding. So did it bother me? Nah, because from when I started cutting it short anyway, it just suited me. I looked like a ragamuffin rude boy, so nah, it didn't bother me. I suppose I wasn't that vain that it bothered me, you know what I mean? But I do know some guys who,
they get hair implants. I've seen guys and they've got hair implants and stuff.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, a wig's the most I'd do for a laugh. Alfie Hamilton was saying to me, "Oh, use some of our Big Nanny's hair oil; it will make your hair grow." And I was like, "No, you're all right."
Nah, yeah. You don't need to make it grow.
Me can run faster like this, you know. Man, wind resistance.
Do you have to cream it?
Yeah, man, I have to hold him down, man. I don't need to dry out. You know what I mean? Ooh, bits of hair on my bloody head now. Wait, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I wanted to implement a segment into the show. Because this is shout out to Uber Facts, and I'm just looking at this. It says smoke from Uber Facts, by the way, Twitter page. Check them out. Smoking can make a man's penis shrink. That's not the funny. It's the comment. It's the comments. What did one guy wrote? Right.
Mate, you had the comment ready, man.
Yeah, because I pulled back out to it because I wanted to read the comment again, and I've lost it, man. But it was that's why you have to smoke after sex. Yeah, so it's smaller next time. And then people are like, I never smoked. This was
Mate, like that's some lame old comedy reading.
Look, smoking can make a man's penis shrink. And the first comment is.
I think drugs has an effect on impotency, but I don't think your smoking makes your dick shrink.
Yeah, but the first comment is, "Well, I don't smoke," and then someone said, "But you are not a man."
Don't crack me up.
That's funny. That's funny, man. You're like,
that's you know what, mate? Wayne, your delivery's pants. Don't ever take on comedy.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Did you use that toy in the end?
Oh, I haven't used it. No, not yet.
What about the spanking technique that I taught you about?
You didn't tell me which parts. You said
you never told us.
Explore. Okay, it's the top left.
All right, top left. I'll be like this, and I'm like, it's the top right.
Top left. All
right, guys.
That's where the never endings are. I was expecting you to come back and be like, yeah, I did, and this happened and that happened. Okay, say no more.
He's got plans, man. He's got plans. Right, people.
Oh, we're gonna go. Oh, sorry, man. Hey, next week, Miss Mayo. You have to
Major. You're making me sound like mayonnaise, Wayne.
We're Spanish.
Wait, you
I'm
change
learning
everyone's
Spanish.
name, man.
Yeah, 'cause
Everyone's
I'm
got a different
Spanish.
name when he comes on here, man.
When I
Excuse me, I know. Last week I allowed, but it's Major Wayne.
Mayo.
Or Lav.
Or love.
Yeah.
Mayo. Okay.
Mayo.
Did I actually did we even introduce the show, man? Welcome to Blackopolypse, by the way. The first show. At the end.
Nothing, mate.
Sorry,
back
man.
to the schedule next week.
Yeah, next week. 9:00. Does anyone got anything to say, man? On the way out.
No, just everybody stay positive. Fuck Donald Trump. And have a good week ahead.
Now you got anything to blast off?
Yeah, man, does everyone just hold tight, man? We've got 3 weeks left of this silly lockdown. When we come out to
3
enjoy,
weeks?
because
Hold on,
2nd of December, man. 2nd of December.
You're staying locked down till next spring, man.
Well,
Don't
that's what
say
I was going to say. Enjoy the break of 3 weeks up till Christmas, but then get ready to get locked down again till March. So, yeah, hold tight. Look after the ones you love and protect your mental health. And if you're feeling lonely, pick up the phone and phone somebody.
That's right.
Say, if you're feeling lonely, pick up the phone and call me.
That's what I thought you was going to say. I was like, that's what I do anyway, Nigel.
Hey, Levin, you can call
have
me.
my number, call anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mayo, call me, okay? Yeah,
man. I swear your wife's in the next room. Wait, behave.
Wife's asleep. I ain't watching, man.
Behave. You're definitely Charlie's brother. 100. 100. You know that one of my friends was asking about you, actually. She was like, who's the guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Tell
one of my Ann Summers models.
Yo!
Yeah.
The thing is,
she's a bit far, like she's up north. She's not even in Brum. She's like...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm kind of in a... Actually, we'll talk offline, man. We'll talk offline.
Say no more.
I'll send you a message. All right, guys. Thanks for being on again. We'll talk next week, innit? Oh, man. I don't have any music to put this out.
Where the music gone, man? You honestly, man, what are you on today, man?
I know.
That's the music.
Cheers, everyone.
Enjoy the wine.